back for round two. Today I'm going to be turning that roasted tomato sauce into something with sausage and mushrooms and onions, and then we'll pour it over zoodles. So first things first, I broke my iPhone holder thing, so bear with me while I film this with one hand. Anyway, so I have 2.5 sausage links. This is Italian sausage. And what you're going to want to do to make it ground is you're just going to take your knife and then you're going to take off this skin, if you can see it. Anyways, and then you're going to put that in your skillet and ground it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Okay, so right now we have the sausage browning. You can see it's 2.5 Italian links. And I do this because we don't use meat very often, so I find it cheaper and more cost efficient to get the links and then split them in half and brown them up this way. Okay, so while the sausage is browning, I'm going to go ahead and dice up some red onion and then cut up my mushrooms, and we'll throw it in there once the sausage is almost completely brown, and that way the onions and the mushrooms can saute in the grease from the ground sausage. Add my red onion in and it can saute in all those juices, and then I'm going to roughly chop up my already sliced mushrooms because, you know, simplicity. Okay, so I've roughly chopped up my already sliced mushrooms, and I know they'll shrink down, but it's easier to convince my kids to eat the sauce when the mushrooms are nearly undetectable. So we're going to just throw those in and give it a good stir, and I'll put some salt in there, and then just like kind of let it go. Okay, so I have my mushrooms in. They're mixed up. You know, the onions are already starting to go translucent, but you want to have the mushrooms totally sauteed before we add in the sauce and let it simmer for a little bit. So if you need to add a little bit of extra grease to the mixture, or get things moving a little bit faster, I use my olive oil spray, and I did a few pinches of salt because it helps soften up the vegetables, and I also added some pepper, and I'm going to throw in a little bit of seasoning and probably some red pepper flakes because, again, we like the heat in this house. Okay, so all the vegetables are mostly softened, as you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my roasted tomato sauce. I am like having a really hard time thinking today. Okay, so the mix is already in, the sauce is in, and I am a rebel doing this all in a white shirt. But I'm going to go ahead and stir it all around, get all the vegetables and the sausage covered, and then I'm going to add in probably about a cup of water and some Parmesan cheese, and if I feel like it needs any more seasoning, then I'll add that in too. We don't have any zucchini ready in the garden, so we're just going to go ahead and pour this over regular pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and just scoop out about 3/4 of a cup from my pasta water that I've already got working over here. That's about, it's so hard to see, such bad lighting. Anyways, I'm going to just throw that in here and then add my Parmesan cheese. So what I was going to say is that the sauce is totally good on its own. I just wanted to give it a little bit more meat, make it kind of a Sunday dinner. I made this all last week, and now I'm just doing it again because I didn't film it last week and I needed to use the sausage. But I actually used the remaining sauce that we didn't use for dinner on pizza on Friday, and it was so good. And the kids ate it all up, and the sausage was delicious because it had like really soaked in all the tomato juices. So anyways, I'm gonna let this just simmer over here, and just it's a Sunday, you know, so it's a slow cooking sauce. You just want the flavors to marry, and then you'll pour it over your pasta with some garlic bread, and that'll pretty much be the gist of it. And I'm adding the water because I want it to thin out the sauce a little bit. It's very thick after sitting in the fridge for a few days, and obviously I've got 5 mouths to feed, so we need to thin it out a little bit. So since it's Sunday, and we are simmering on Sunday, I've changed, we've gone outside and played a bunch of sports, And this is the remaining sauce after I've served up the dishes for everybody. We're going to get ready to sit down and eat. But I wanted to show you what it all looks like together. It tastes amazing. Okay, so I ended up adding about 3 cups, maybe 2.5 cups of water to this sauce. And I've already served, so that's like the remaining sauce. And over here we have our little plates. This is my husband, so I loaded it up with a bunch of sauce. But okay, so we're getting ready to eat. Has anybody eaten it yet? No, you guys are still on your berries? All right, babe. What do you think?
It's really good.
What does it taste like?
Tastes like pasta with sausage and sauce.
What is
It's
the sauce?
delicious. Yeah.
What do you think, girl?
Good.
All right, that's it. Our Sunday sauce is done.